The cameras rolled, the studio lights burned bright, and there sat Sam Elliott, calm, confident, that unmistakable deep voice filling the air as he chatted about his new Western drama. The audience adored him. Every word felt like warm gravel and old whiskey. Joy Behar smiled, leaning in with her usual mix of charm and challenge. "Sam," she began lightly, "you've played cowboys, soldiers, men of grit. But do you ever think Hollywood needs to change how it tells those stories? Maybe modernize its values?" Sam tilted his head, thoughtful. The crowd chuckled. "Well, ma'am," he said, "storytelling's about truth, not trends." His voice was slow, deliberate, too slow for Joy's taste. She pressed harder, her tone shifting. "Truth?" she asked. "Or nostalgia for a time that doesn't fit anymore?" The atmosphere changed. No laughter now, just the hum of tension. Sam's eyes narrowed, his jaw set. You could almost hear the silence between heartbeats as cameras zoomed in on his weathered face. He leaned closer to the table, voice dropping low. "Now hold on just a minute, Joy," he said, the calm in his tone more dangerous than anger. And right there, everything started to unravel. Joy didn't back down. She crossed her arms, that sharp smile cutting through the air like a blade. "Go ahead, Sam," she said. "Tell us what we're all missing." The crowd stirred, half excited, half nervous. Sam adjusted his hat, leaned forward, and spoke with that gravelly authority only he could muster. "What you're missing," he said, "is that folks out there don't need Hollywood telling them how to think. They just want a good story, not a lecture." A few audience members clapped, others groaned. Joy's eyes flashed. "So you think responsibility doesn't matter? You think actors shouldn't care about what their roles represent?" Sam smirked, shaking his head. "Responsibility's fine, Joy. But selective responsibility, now that's something else. You can't preach one kind of truth and censor another." Gasps rippled across the room. Whoopi raised a hand, trying to cool things down. But Sam wasn't finished. His tone deepened, each word landing like a hammer. "You asked for honesty," he said, pushing his coffee mug forward until it rattled on the table. "Well, now you're gonna get it." The camera caught Joy's frozen expression, half shock, half fury, as the audience held its breath. The air in the studio turned electric. Sam's words hung there, heavy and unfiltered. Joy straightened in her chair, her voice tight. "Oh, so now you're the expert on morality, Sam?" "Please," the audience gasped, and that was all it took. Sam's calm broke. He leaned forward, eyes sharp as steel. "Let me tell you something," he said slowly, his voice trembling with restrained fire. "I grew up in a country where a man could speak his mind without being labeled. You can't call yourself open-minded if you shut down everyone who thinks different." Joy shot back, her tone dripping with sarcasm. "That's rich, coming from someone stuck in the 1950s. The crowd erupted. Whoopi tried to step in, her hands raised, but Sam wasn't stopping. "Maybe it's time we stop insulting folks who love this country," he said. "Maybe the problem isn't the past. Maybe it's that some people forgot where we came from." The audience was torn, half cheering, half booing. Producers whispered frantically off camera. Then Joy snapped, slamming her cue cards down. "Maybe you don't belong here, cowboy." Security moved closer. Sam's eyes didn't flinch. The room fell silent, waiting for his next move. Sam stood slowly, the tension so thick you could almost hear it crackle through the studio lights. The audience went dead quiet. He took off his mic, the wire dangling from his hand like a loose thread ready to snap. "You know," he said softly, voice deep and steady, "this right here, this is what's wrong with America's conversations today. Folks don't talk anymore. They just wait to shout." Joy glared, arms folded, but she didn't say a word. Whoopi looked helpless. The producers gestured wildly from behind the cameras, but Sam kept going. "You invite someone on for honesty, but the second you hear something you don't like, you turn it into a fight." The crowd didn't know how to react. Some clapped. Others booed. Sam looked out over the audience, not angry, just disappointed. "We can't fix this country," he said, "if we can't even finish a sentence." He dropped the mic onto the table, the thud echoing through the set. Then, without another word, he walked off stage. The feed cut to commercial as producers scrambled. Within minutes, the clip hit the internet, and by nightfall, it was everywhere. Headline flashing, ABC issues statement after Sam Elliott walks off The View. By the next morning, the internet was on fire. Millions of views, countless opinions, and one question echoing across every platform. Was Sam Elliott wrong, or just brave enough to say it? The talk shows replayed the clip in slow motion, every pause, every glare, dissected like evidence in a trial. Joy issued a brief statement about respecting all viewpoints, but the damage was done. America had picked sides overnight. Then, just as the noise peaked, Sam broke his silence. A short video appeared on his official page. No makeup, no spotlight, just Sam in a plain denim shirt, sitting on his porch. "I didn't go on that show to fight," he said quietly. "I went to talk." But if conversation's now considered controversy, maybe that says more about where we are than who I am. His words hit harder than any outburst. The clip spread like wildfire. Politicians weighed in. Late-night hosts cracked jokes. And ordinary people argued in the comments like it was a national debate. And then, in one chilling moment of reflection, the YouTube host's voice returns. But what happened next? Nobody saw coming. Fade to black. If you've made it this far, you already know. This wasn't just another celebrity outburst. What happened between Sam Elliott and Joy Behar struck a nerve that runs deep across America. It wasn't about left or right. It was about truth, speech, and the cost of saying what you believe in front of millions. Moments like this remind us how fragile open conversation has become, and how easily a single exchange can divide a nation. So now, it's your turn. What do you think? Was Sam Elliott standing up for honest dialogue, or did he cross the line? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't hold back. This show is about real voices, not rehearsed sound bites. We read every single comment, and your opinion matters here. If you want to keep exploring the moments that shake Hollywood, challenge politics, and expose what's really happening behind the scenes, hit that like button right now. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what happens next, because this story is far from over. Next episode, we dive into the unseen footage. And trust me, it changes everything.